Let's look ahead into next week's program and what we can expect. For starters, you're going to be going from 60% of your 1 rep max to 65% of your 1 rep max. Not a huge increase, but certainly enough to make a difference. Another thing that we've done is that we've taken about 50% of the moves and recycled them in a different order and added another 50% of moves that you haven't seen before to keep the program interesting. The benefit of doing that, and as you can see in the circuit style workout system in the muscle endurance phase, everything comes at you quickly. So there's a lot of change. So it's nice week to week to have some moves that have some familiarity with you and then also have something new and interesting to present to the program. So in addition, you're going to have a few new exercises mixed in with the old. You're going to have the 65% increase from 60, and we're also going to introduce the concept of drop sets in this workout. So let's just look at chest, shoulders, and biceps. In that, the only drop set we introduce is right in the beginning during the push-ups. And in this particular drop set phase, we're using our own body weight, going from a high rep to a lower rep. So that's the only concept we'll have new there. In the back and tricep, we introduced drop sets, but now we're introducing them with weights. So as opposed to just using your own body weight, now you're going to actually use a dumbbell or barbell or whatever weights we have here. I believe we're going to be doing dumbbells. Yes, it'll be a double arm row, and then we're going to go into double arm kickbacks. So with that, with the concept of drop sets, you're going to start with your weight, and then what you do is have 3 sets, and in each of the 3 sets you're going to have 10 repetitions, and then you're going to have a 10-second rest between each. It moves fast, so you need to have all 3 of those weights pulled out, ready to go. So the way you'll start is you have your starting weight. You're going to do your 10 reps clean and effectively and with good form. You're going to put that weight down, take about a 10-second rest, no longer, maybe a second or 2, but then you're going to go right into the next heaviest weight, which is about a 20 to 30% drop backwards. The reason we're dropping our weights by 20 to 30% is because we want you to be able to complete all 10 reps for each set. Moving on into the program now, we have our final workout, which is legs. And remember, you've seen all of those paper plates. They're coming back again. They're being put in a new order. You're going to get a couple of extra exercises in addition to it, which probably now would lead us into the question and answer period, because I do believe we had a question that pertained to wall squats. So I'm going to read that for you now. It is by Catherine, and the question is, Cathe, would you do an instructional segment on form for the wall squat where you pick up the weights off the floor? Pretty please with a cherry on top. Sure, Catherine. Let's go do that now. Okay, looking at the wall squats now, you have many options available to you. Obviously, if you don't want to use any weight at all, you wouldn't need to use any, and you just bring the ball up on the wall. You're going to place the small of your back right in it, and you're going to go down till you feel at about the 90-degree mark and back up. If you have any knee issues of any kind, you always have the option of keeping the hip angle higher than the knees and doing partial range of motion. Now, if you want to create a challenge, you can go in the partial and hold it for as long as you can, maybe a good 30 seconds, and then try to drop a little deeper. So you're still challenging the thighs in isolation. That's one option. Another option would be to obviously start putting weights into it. And once you do that, you might be like, well, how do I go get my weights and get the ball and put it all together? So usually what I like to do is bring the ball up, put it behind my back, and then go down. Your feet will obviously kick a little forward due to the nature of the position, and go down and aim my fingers toward the floor and look where they are. And then I'll take my dumbbells and I'll slide them right to that position. So eyeing it up, I put them right about there. Okay, and then I bring the ball back up, slide down, pick them up, and return. Now, if you're finding the depth of the movement of going down that low to get this to the weights themselves is too much of a problem for your knees, then you can use anything, any object like a phone book or yoga block to make that move easier. So in this case, again, if you didn't already eye up your weight, you could easily take your yoga blocks, go down, feet are jutted forward, take a block, and then the other, whee, and put your blocks down at your sides. Now that's a great visual to know where your weights go. All right, so now you're going to put your weight right on the block. And the beauty of that is now you don't have to go down as far, so it's not as stressing on the knees. Jut your feet forward, body against the ball, and you're going to go down. And perfect. They're right there ready for you. Now in this position, using the yoga blocks as an aid to elevate the weights, you're never going to put them back down. You're just going to stay at this plane right here. And you'll know too that once you feel the weights slightly touch the block, that's as far down as you want to go. And you'll always use some form of elevation if you find that that's more comfortable for you on your knees. If for some reason your knees are feeling sensitive or stressed, then it's not a good idea to go all the way down to the floor. And I'll just move these blocks out of the way to show you. To go all the way down, release them, and come up all the way down. It's perfectly safe if you have no knee problems, but if you do, it's something you want to think about. Okay, let's move on. We have time for one more question, and that's from Soon to Be Fit. Cathe, can you please answer this question? What are the pros and or cons to the 3.5-month STS rotation compared to the 6.5-month rotation? Well, with the 3.5-month rotation, obviously it's a lot easier to commit to 3 months of doing something than it is to 6 months of doing something. Plus, all of the changes in the program help to keep you from getting bored. However, if you're new to weight training or if you're new to my workout style, you might benefit greatly from doing the longer program because it gives you that time for your muscles to acclimate better and it gives you a chance to get comfortable with the format of the workout itself. Either way you slice it, they're both effective and they're both very wonderful programs. So pick the one that you're most comfortable with and let's get moving. Okay, that's a wrap for this segment. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check in on the STS Forum check-ins where all week long I will be answering your questions, anything, because I know this week you're all doing the program with me and you have questions as you go along. So far, I'll be doing them as mentioned on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be sharing what I've experienced in the workouts. You can do the same, and we'll support each other as we go on. Take care. See you next week.